Today I am in cleaning mode. It's a mess here and we need to get it cleaned up. And I'm going to organize by color. I think overall, this was a really simple project. This was a really easy organizational hack, but I think the results are just so impactful. I think this is gonna save me a lot of time. It's gonna be easy to use and it'll be easy for me to get creative and to see what colors I have, which ones I need, and to go from there. Hey friends, welcome back to another Sunday Stitches. My name is Lauren. I am the quilter and fiber artist behind Garden Girl Studio, and today I am in cleaning mode. I just finished making a Skillshare class, which generally means that my studio becomes chaos and there's a mess everywhere. And I was actually so embarrassed by it that I started tidying a little bit before I even turned on this camera. That's how bad it got, but I'm going to show you a little bit behind the curtain. There's a curtain here. A little bit behind the curtain so you can see my storage units and how I want to get those organized, because those are still a mess, very much a mess. There's a lot of piles. I work in a lot of piles, but you can see I'm getting ready for markets. I have just debris everywhere. You can see my studio space. Y'all, it's a mess here and we need to get it cleaned up, but I'm going to concentrate today on getting supplies put away in their correct locations. I saw a video, I don't remember where I saw it, where someone was storing their supplies in those like hardware bins. Let me show you. You know what? Come with me. I'm going to show you. We're going to go behind the curtain right now and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to use these storage units here and we're going to put them into these shelves. And this is very doable because basically I get in DMC Floss, I get it in boxes, and I want to take each of the colors and I want to put them into the unit, and I'm going to organize by color. Why? Because I work best. My best creative self comes out when I sort everything by color. You can see the numbers of each of these flosses, and don't mind me, I just threw these on top here from a second ago. But I don't actually know what colors. I mean, a few of them I know what colors they are, but yeah, it's going to be much easier when we can see them. And there's plenty of space here, so we're going to reorganize. And I have a number of zippers that I've been using to make my bags. These are going to go into, there's some larger drawers at the bottom of those, so we're going to sort them out. So I'm going to start by sorting all of my floss by color, and that's going to eliminate a lot of what's on this shelf. Over here, this shelf is actually fairly empty. It's fairly free, and we're going to be able to fit both of these storage units in there. Okay, so we're going to start right now, and I am going to start by organizing these DMC flosses. I'm going to pull them out onto my main working table, my working bench, and we're going to start organizing by color. So let's go get started. Okay, we've sorted everything. My tentative plan is to, and remember I have two of these. One of them has larger drawers at the bottom that I think I'm going to use for my zippers. Because we didn't use, there's 20 rows of solids on this chart. We didn't use all of them, and I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 16 rows, which should be enough. And then at some point, if I want to get another bin, I can finish it out. But I don't think I have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors per row. So I think this will fit just fine if I go through and I do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all the way through, and then I'll take my second bin and continue it on to whichever rows I happen to have, and I will use my label maker to mark them so that I can navigate them more easily. So I'm going to go ahead and start with row 1, and I'm going to start filling in all of row 1's floss colors that I currently own in here in the order that they occur on this chart, which I know is tedious, but we can do it. We are a solid people. So I'm going to use this box to kind of get them in order so that I can kind of place them in, because I made a mess as I was going, because why would we keep organized? That would make this way too easy. So without further ado, and this shouldn't be too bad. Okay, there's an 815, 777, and I'll show you this first row, and then I'll go ahead and I will finish out the rest of these rows, so you don't have to see me struggling to keep organized. And I will show you the final results once we're done, but let me get through this row first, and then we will go from there. Seven, 7 is next. 3, 2, 1 is where? Between 816 and 666. good. And 3828 is at the top. 304 is between them, and this 352 is actually between these. Okay, so, and this is right. So 3828, 352, 304, 666 is going to come down. These are 321, and then 816. Okay, perfect. And this is going to leave us, I think, some extra bins. Then, and these can change. So if I have to add a color later, I will totally be able to do that. So I love that. Okay, so we're going to start by putting this in the top bin. There we go. And we're low on this color, but that's okay. This is also going to help me keep track of my inventory. I am super excited about this situation. And it's going to protect them from dust, which is why I had them in boxes to begin with, because I didn't want them to get any dust or light damage. This should protect from most light damage, and it will definitely protect from dust. This is the classic red. And I'll get a little peek at each color, which will be great. And then if I wind up getting anything else from this row, I'm still going to have one more bin that I can swap around and rearrange them to use. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go through and do, and this is the only color in row 2, right? Yeah, only color in row 2. Okay, and I'm going to use my label maker to label each of these as we go. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, and then I will show you the final results. Okay, so I wanted to share a little bit of an update. I worked through the first bin on rows 1 through 8. Now we have 9 through 20, and we don't have every single row, so I don't have to worry too much about that. But on the second container that I got, I have larger rows filling the bottom 3 sections, which means that I only have 4 rows for DMC floss. And some of these sections have way more than 4 colors. So I have a couple choices. I think I'm going to order a 3rd storage unit from Amazon because I really like how this setup is. And I want to use these bigger bins for my, well, I'm hoping to use them for my zippers. So I have so many zippers in these, like this is hard to store short of me having like a hanging rack, and even that's kind of bulky. So I would like to use these zippers in these bins. So I'm going to try to sort those right now into the larger bins, and I'll keep you updated as this project evolves and what I'm going to do temporarily until my last bin arrives. It's a new day in the organization saga. I got tired at the end of the last video, and I was feeling frustrated because I really want to organize my floss by color and number and by that chart so that I can find my colors relatively easily, but I ran out of bin space. Luckily, new bins have arrived. I ordered them shortly after and decided if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. I'm going to go grab the boxes from downstairs. We're going to unpack them, and we are going to tackle finishing the organization of our DMC floss. I'm also going to show you a little update on how far we've come so that you can see the progress that we've made so far. Okay, so this is our corner space It's still pretty messy, but look how amazing these bins are. I even added my zippers down here. I'm so proud of how organized this is. All of it is sorted and organized so that I can access it really easily. And I have another bin that's like this size with the full top to bottom down there. So we're going to utilize that one to continue our DMC project. And this messy shelf, I have a plan for. I got another organizer. We're going to combine this shelf and all of our stickers and our like tags and our business cards into like an office organizer because I got that as well. So I'm going to try to clean this up, and then I think we'll be a little bit better because everything else is kind of in bins. This is really the messy row, and we're going to finish cleaning up these 2 rows. So let's tackle it. Oh, okay. It's been, I've had this in for a little while, but I've been too busy to open it. Yeah, okay, these are going to be great. I am really excited. I think they're going to be the right size. Okay, let me show you what these, there's so much packaging here. Okay, so these are stackable little drawers, so I can put in like my business cards and my stickers, and there's like little tape holding these drawers together right now, but I am really hyped. And there's a bunch of them here, so they're all gonna kind of stack on the shelves and just help keep me a little bit tighter. And now the huge box. This one's really big, probably because it has both of the big organizers in it. They have 2 smaller boxes inside the larger box. Of course they do. Much more manageable box size. So I've got one of these. I'm trying to remember my logic, and I'm hoping I didn't order the wrong ones. I'm hoping the other one is top to bottom, because otherwise I'm going to be really mad at myself, because I'm sure it's my fault. So this shelf is the one with the larger drawers at the bottom. It's really good for zippers and accessories. I'm hoping the other one is top to bottom small drawers. I hope I didn't mess that up. Fingers crossed. Okay. Oh, I wish this gave me a like, open it this way. Because I can just hear those drawers rolling around. And it's going to be like 52 pickup. Okay, we'll find out. Oh, I did good. Okay. Ooh, okay, go me. I was real nervous there for a second. I couldn't remember what I'm guessing I got this one because I needed more space for accessories and things. Okay, which way does it go? It goes this way. Okay. Yeah, this is the full set. So we're going to finish up right now. Hey, so a little aside, I remember what these drawers are for. I'm actually going to use them to store my packs of floss and any sets that I need for my embroidery kits that I know that I have them pre-bundled and ready to go if I need to create new kits. So that was the plan for the bigger drawers. I'm glad I remembered. As soon as I saw how I had set up what was left over, I remembered it's for my bundles. And we're going to go ahead and get started on organizing. Hey, I'm back. I finally finished organizing these bins, so I wanted to kind of show you a peek at what I did. So this was the first bin that we did that you saw, and you can see I do have some rows that have empty spaces, and this is because as my DMC collection grows, I want room to be able to add in colors in the rows that they're going to be in. So some rows are really full, but like this row too, I might order more colors and I want room to be able to place them in their section. So I have labeled each row individually by the row that they are in the DMC chart. And then I put the DMC floss number of each color that I have on each drawer. So when you open it, I know exactly where they are. And if you're organizing these yourself, you know, okay, well, what if I get a number and in the chart, it's between these 2 numbers. These drawers come right out and they can be rearranged. So if I was adding in a new color and it went between these 2 colors in the chart, I can just add it in right in the middle. No big deal. So I love this system. I'm really excited because as my business is growing, I'm sure I'm going to be getting in more floss colors, and this has worked out really well. Now, obviously, there are more than 8 rows in that DMC chart, so I needed a second bin. So this is my second bin. So you can see I did the same thing, except this time I didn't want a third bin. I just wanted 2. So I know that there's some rows that I might not have as many colors. So for example, this column here is rows 9 and 10 on the chart. This one's 11 and 12, 13 and 14. I had a ton of colors in rows 15 and 16, so they each got their own individual row, but then I doubled up onward. And at the end of the DMC chart, there are other floss things like, so for example, the variegated flosses. So I made a whole column of extra because I do have a few variegated flosses that I wanted to include, and they're not in the main rows. They're kind of in the other section. So I have a whole row dedicated to whatever other flosses I may want to try as the system goes on. This, for anyone that makes embroidery kits, I organized this bin by my kits. So you can see I have my kit name here. So this is Frosted Forest. Generally, I do 4 DMC floss colors, give or take, per kit, but it's generally 4, and sometimes I'll add in like a metallic, which I'm not counting here. These are just my like main 6-strand DMC flosses. I did for each of these columns, it's a different kit, and as I get more kits, I can add them in here, and as I retire out old kits, I can swap them out. And on the bottom here, we'll angle down just a little bit more, I have pre-made bundles that I use for both my workshops, and it's listed on here. And I sell packs on my website. Right now, I'm doing the stitch along. If you're following along, you know that I'm doing the temperature color chart stitch along. So these are the colors that you need for the stitch along, and I sell those packs on my website. I'll link them in the description below. And if you're interested in getting one of our assorted packs, they look like this. So this bundle here are these 2 sets, and I have actually listed off all of the colors that I've needed. I've labeled them so that if I'm running low, I don't have to go look up what color, what number it was. I can just find it right here and quick order it from my wholesaler. And same here, I've labeled all of the numbers so that I can see, hey, I only have 1 of this left. I'm probably gonna need to order it if I need to make up any more Frosted Forest kits. So this is gonna be really helpful. Now, I'm gonna show you, my husband and I were chatting, and this room back here where I keep all of my storage supplies is really kind of his office. We kind of split the space. I have converted this section, so like this room, into my studio. I've painted the walls white so that all of the color is better and nicer when I'm filming for both Skillshare and for YouTube or for just hanging out with you. His walls, you can see they're still like the cedar, like brown sort of color. It's much darker in there, but I do want to show you, we created a space where I can actually store all of these that isn't on my shelves. So let's go check that out. I want to show you what the final results are going to be. Down here, this is really where we were focusing. I have used those smaller bins, you can see, to organize my business cards and my stickers. It just feels a lot cleaner, and I have actually more shelf space. I needed a little extra room, so I put the extra stickers inside one of the shelves because I wound up taking out a few of these shelves just to save myself a little extra space. This is my label maker. These are filming supplies and a little air conditioner. And again, these are all projects that I use for both markets and workshops. But down here, I have one of my bins is full of just supplies for making things. So, and for my embroidery kits, so I have beads for my kits, especially for my workshops, I include those beads. I have extra DMC bobbins. I have my zipper pulls in assorted colors, just depending on which zippers they go with. And of course, I have all of the different zippers down here. So when you pull these out, you can see what they are. And it says on here like white tape with nickel coil. And these are all color coded by the color of the coil. So that's pretty cool. My favorites are actually these rose gold ones. These ones have been really popular and they look really nice with any of the peach fabric I use. Look how much nicer and neater my hoops look nice. These are like hoops where like things have broken, but I have extra tops and bottoms, so I might be able to like use those, you know, if there's ever an extra. And then this is where I took out some of the drawers. These are the backs to my embroidery hoops, and 6-inch, 4-inch, and there's my little 3-inch ones are here. And these bags were flying all over the place. Yes, that's that crinkly material. So now they are all in one location. Look how much nicer and neater that's looking already. And I know that there's like, you know, still a little messy, but it's much better. For a storage space, I'm super happy with that. Now, what I'm really proud of, and again, it's a little bit dark over here. We're going to be getting some better lighting. Check out. So on the top of, this is a big wardrobe, more storage. This is where we're going to be putting the DMC floss. It's by row. So you can see the colors are going. And a nice close-up in case you couldn't see it before. You can see I have each row and the colors that I have listed and more space for my projects to grow. So again, I have the rows here. I've doubled up a few of the rows because I had fewer colors and more room to grow. And here I have for each of my kits. And then for any bigger kits or bigger projects or multi-packs, I have those below, and I've listed the numbers for each of them so that if I'm running low on stock, like you can see here, I'm running low on stock for a few of these kits. I know exactly which colors to order when I'm ready to restock. This was a fun project. I'm so glad we got to work on it together. If you want to see more organizational videos, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Drop me a line on I can try to organize even more. Goodness knows I need to organize things. So let me know if you enjoyed this video so I know to make even more organizational content for you. So I think overall, this was a really simple project. This was a really easy organizational hack, but I think the results are just so impactful. I think this is going to save me a lot of time. It's going to be easy to use, and it'll be easy for me to get creative and to see what colors I have, which ones I need, and to go from there. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I love making tutorials, stitch along videos, and if you liked organizational content, goodness knows, there's plenty more for me to organize. So it was fun hanging out with you. Until next time, friends, happy stitching.